Brown with career catch number 1,000, all in the silver and black of the Raiders.
Tim Brown has caught more passes for more yards and more touchdowns than anyone in Raider history. But what if he had landed across the San Francisco Bay?
He was very productive for a long period of time. If he had not been injured early in his career, he would have put up close to Jerry Rice numbers. A lot of people thought if you had switched Brown and Rice, that Tim would have done the same thing in San Francisco that Jerry Rice did.
Tim Brown, touchdown, Raiders!
First and 10 from the 27. Warner back to throw. Rainbows the far sideline, and it is caught by Isaac Bruce. Makes a move to the 30, 25-20, and they won't catch him today.
Yes.
Touchdown Rams!
73 yards for the Reverend Ike. A one-on-one situation on the far side.
What a move he made, coming back to the football and then leaving everybody in his wake.
One play.
If you put him in the NFL's computer, he fails.
Nobody told this guy that he couldn't catch the ball the way he did.
Taking nothing away from Odell Beckham, that was an amazing catch he made last season.
Wow, what a catch by the rookie!
Ridiculous.
If Largent had worn the gloves they wear today, he would have cut with one finger.
A lot of players depend on the Tactify gloves to keep the ball in their hands, so they don't really know how to catch. Steve Largent never wore gloves, and he was the best pass-catching receiver that I ever played with or against.
Steve Largent owns the finest pair of hands in football.
You love him when he's on your team, and you hate him when he was playing for somebody else.
Showtime.
For 12 seasons, Michael Irvin was a showstopper in Dallas. Before Terrell Owens and Chad Ochocinco, there was Irvin, the original receiver turned entertainer.
And who do you think it is? Michael Irvin.
Michael was not the fastest guy in a race, so he had to be great in other areas.
Michael, 45-40, 30 to the 20. A man to beat. Woodson will get him at the 10. Irvin breaks free.
He was a big physical guy, and he used that. You know, it's like a great rebounder in basketball. Charles Barkley, you know, for a guy who was no taller than he was, yet a great rebounder. Michael was that way as a receiver.
Oh, what a play for the playmaker.
Brown takes a slight step to the right, throws it to the end zone, and another leaping catch by Larry Fitzgerald for a touchdown for the Cardinals. Man, is he something.
Lopes right now, throwing back to the right, going end zone. Fitzgerald, he's there! He's got a touchdown! Larry Fitzgerald sets the Cardinal record for catches in a year, and it comes on a touchdown!
It's a flea flicker. Warner gonna throw deep. Near side going for Fitz. He's in double coverage. It doesn't matter! He caught it anyway! Touchdown, Cardinals!
Seize the moment. We coming for one reason. That's the win. Win on three. 1, 2, 3, win!
He caught it, heading for the pylon. Touchdown, Cardinals!
Larry Fitzgerald ramps it down their throat.
Rolls over the middle of the Fitz. Caught inside the 5. Breaks a tackle. And Fitz is in. He caught it at the 10. At the 5. Touchdown! Larry Fitzgerald. He got it. Touchdown. His third of the day. Gonna throw a fade right side. Fitzgerald. He got it. 45-50, Fitz was 40, goodbye! Touchdown, Larry Fitzgerald!
He set the record for the most catches, receiving yards, and receiving touchdowns in a single postseason.
Get Marvin the ball, good things are going to happen.
He had 1,000 yards and 10 touchdowns in 8 consecutive seasons. He averaged 102 catches, 1,400 yards, and 12 touchdowns. Jerry Rice never did that.
The numbers are staggering. In the decade, Harrison had 7 consecutive seasons with at least 1,100 yards receiving and set the NFL single-season reception record with 143 in 2002.
Throws downfield and 10 for Marvin. He's got it to 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Marvin Harrison!
Matthews got it, looking right, throwing one, Calvin, end zone. Did he make the catch? Both feet down, give me a sign. You bet he did. Touchdown, Detroit Lions.
That is stupid good by Calvin Johnson.
Megatron lined up one-on-one with anybody. It's a green light.
Looks, Stafford looking for somewhere to go, throws end zone up for grabs. Calvin, did he catch it? Oh, baby, he did it again. Megatron with a score. Calvin went up between 3 Cowboys and hauled it in. Stafford out of the gun, they scrimmage from the 50. Matthew rolls the pocket to the right, pumps, now comes back to the left, looking deep, throwing to the end zone, wants Calvin, well covered, he goes up, he makes the catch. Are you kidding me? Oh, Megatron, you did it again. Touchdown, Detroit Lions. There were 3 Bengals draped on him, and Calvin went up and hauled it in.
T.O. wasn't the first flamboyant receiver, and he certainly won't be the last. But there's a drawback to being one of the loud guys.
We tend to then push their accomplishments aside because we don't like them. We have a bad attitude, you know. But what he did on the field, like, you can talk that talk if you perform on Sunday and Monday night, and he did that.
I know you don't want me to shine, but I'm going to shine anyway because I love me some me.
T.O., for all of his warts, was a tough wide receiver going over the middle and making tough catches.
We know what he did in the Super Bowl against the New England Patriots.
I'm in a league of my own. They ain't ready for me.
By the way, that was on one leg.
I'm on half a leg and they can't stop it.
On the field, T.O. is just a freak. Strong, athletic.
Catch by Owens, breaks a tackle, makes a break, makes another.
He would bully you. He would bully a cornerback. That was always fun to see.
P-O-T-T.
Terrell Owens jumped off the field. The speed, the strength, the explosion, the hand.
And actually what Buddy Ryan did was the best thing that ever happened for me. When he cut me and told me I couldn't play for his football team.
Thanks, fellas. What's going on? 113. You hear me hit you in your chest and now? That means you gotta feel good tonight. Monday night, you gotta feel it.
His rookie year, Green Bay, Monday Night Football. We threw down a jump ball. And he just, 3 guys draped on him, goes up and comes down, touchdown. And then we threw another deep pass. Really shouldn't have been thrown. You could have, as a coach, looked at the film and said, you shouldn't throw that ball.
And it is Moss getting position. Touchdown.
And Denny Green, one of my real mentors, kind of came over and go, why don't you do a bunch more of that?
Kings, Randy Moss set a rookie record for touchdown receptions with 17.
Bomb downfield to Moss. Down there, juggles in. Touchdown!
9 years later with the Patriots, he set the all-time single-season mark with 23. throughout his career, he was always considered one of the league's most dangerous weapons.
Everyone was talking about Revis like he was, beyond Dion, the greatest player of all time. And then Moss makes that play. We don't hear so much about Revis for the rest of this season. It's more, wait a second.
This guy had a 154-mile-an-hour fastball. You could not cover him.
He wants the end zone. Rice has got it. Touchdown 49ers.
He could beat double coverage. You could put man-to-man with help over the top. However you want to try to defend him, he can beat any coverage. He can take a short pass to the house. Probably the greatest receiver after the catch.
He's got Rice. He breaks loose. He's going to be gone. I don't think they can catch him. A play that seems to work every time they do it.
I would prefer to catch a 5-yard slant and go 95 yards any day. It's almost like the hair is like standing up on your back because you know everybody's chasing you. If you're able to cross that goal line without getting caught, it's a great feeling.
He's